What is going on, guys? It is Bet Sam, and I am here to introduce you to my new series where I'm going to turn $1,000 into $10,000 all on video, all only on UFC Betting, and I want you to all join me for the journey. This is an intro style video where we're going to go through the ground rules first and foremost, and we're going to talk about the journey that we hope to achieve. And let's get right into it. First off, obviously, I'm going to be starting with $1,000 in a betting account, which in this case, I am going to be using the betting app Betcha, and I'm going to try to turn it into $10,000 in as many UFC events as it takes. The rules of this series will be that all bets have to be showcased in a video for them to count. My balance cannot be changed throughout either videos. If it is not shown, then it is not made. If it is a bet outside of this, it is not counted. It is not going to be showcased. And all these bets are going to take place in the videos. So I will be placing them on a video. Anytime I want to place a bet, I have to video it. Anytime that I want to showcase my profits, I have to go through them on the YouTube. So you will be able to fully incorporate my betting into your journey. So you will be able to see it all transparent and throughout. So let's get started. We are going to be starting on the UFC Fight Night, UFC Vegas 100, which is Neil Magny versus Carlos Pratas. And listen, guys, this is an interesting betting card to start on. There are a lot of chalky favorites. There are a lot of random fights. And so ultimately, there's a lot that we can fucking bet on. And starting off, look, we do have Neil Magny, who's going to be giving up his roster spot to Carlos Pratas. In my eyes, Carlos Pratas is a fucking demon, man. I just watched him fight at UFC 305 in person, and he beat the fucking piss out of Li Jingliang. Then we have Cody Garbrandt versus Miles Johns. And this is where we're going to find out if Miles Johns is fucking for real or not. Because Cody Garbrandt has only really been losing to the top of the division. You might say, look, Cody's getting, Cody's this, that. Cody has still been turning away the lower tier competition that he's been fighting, and we're going to find out if Miles Johns is the real deal or not. Then we have Karolina Kowalkiewicz taking on Denise Gomes, and this is a fight where I think Denise Gomes gets it done, but she's ultimately just too pricey for me. And also we have Ricky Tercios taking on Bernardo Sapai. I think this fight might have been dropped because I can't find betting odds on it anywhere. If anybody knows anything else, comment below because I don't see odds for it. Then we have GM3 taking on Renier de Rida. And this guy's coming over from one championship, and he has a lot of submissions, but we don't know if he's UFC level or not. So GM3, a.k.a. Gerald Meerschaert, is going to be a great test for him. Jillian Robertson takes on Luana Pineda. And, Luana Pineda got submitted by Angela Hill. Not a good look. Jillian Robertson has fucking submissions out her wazoo. So Jillian Robertson's probably going to be the pick there. Then we have a fight with Elizeu Zaleski dos Santos and Nicholas Dalby. Ultimately, at this point in time, I don't know who's going to win that one, and it is a pick 'em on the odds, so I think that the odds makers respect that as well. We have Mansour Abdul Malik taking on Dusko Todorovic in a fight where Mansour Abdul Malik is 6-0, coming off of a Contender Series victory, and he's a huge betting favorite, but we will get into that one a little bit more later. Then we have Matthew Semmelsberger taking on Charles Radke in a spot where either of them are looking to bounce back. And Cody Stamann taking on Damon Blackshear. Damon Blackshear should beat Cody Stamann here. Melissa Mullins taking on UFC newcomer Claudia Seguila. And Melissa Mullins, huge heavy favorite. Gaston Bolonis taking on Cortavius Romius. Cortavius Romius also coming off the Contender Series. And then we have Tresean Gore opening up the fight night against Antonio Tricoli. Antonio Tricoli failing to put it together so far. Let's look at the bet lines for this fight night. And to start things off, look, we have Luana Pineda versus Jillian Robertson. As you can see here, I do have $1,000 sitting up the top there. It does say there are two bets, and I will go over that as well. I have a $100 bet that is on the NFL that I cannot cash out at this point in time. I win or lose, I will be removing the proceeds of that bet out of this account. Also, there's a $10 bonus bet that I cannot cash out either. So there are no active bets other than those. As you can see, there's $1,000 here. No other bets set aside. And we have Luana Pinedo taking on Jillian Robertson. And I am going to be placing bets in this video, even though it is an intro video, because I think there's going to be a lot of line movement that I don't want to miss. I am going to be picking Jillian Robertson to get this done, and I do also want to pick her by submission in this spot, but those odds are obviously not out yet. Fight night just got done. We won't have those for a few days. We are also taking, we're gonna click on that there. I was just wondering how that would pop up. Cool. So we've got Jillian Robertson, and I'm gonna place a little bet here. Look, we have a $1,000 balance to work with, so I'm not gonna rush into this, too hard out to begin with. We're gonna place a little 0.25 unit play on her here to win this. Oh, that's 2.5. Let's have a look here. Why is that not working? We'll do it that way. Cool. 25. So a little plus 0.25 bet there. Smack that on. As you can see, my bets have gone down from 1,000 to 975. We're going to move forward. Trace Gore versus Antonio Tricoli. Guys, I think Antonio Tricoli fucking sucks. He's a size merchant. He's 6'5". He used to be on steroids. He won a Dana White's Contender Series appearance on steroids, and then they cut him from the promotion. And recently he fought Shara Magomedov on short notice and, looked like shit. Sorry to be rude, but he looked fucking terrible. Trace Gore, while he might not be the best person on the planet, he's a great athlete, he's willing, and he has power. I'm taking him to win this matchup. And I'm pretty confident. I'm going to put a half a unit on here. Hell yeah. And then we have Melissa Mullins. I'm telling you, Nicholas Dalby versus Alizia Zaleski. Before I bust into tape study on this one, I just can't touch it at the moment. It's too close. I'm leaning Zaleski. I am leaning Zaleski. And he is the slightest of dogs right here, with Nicholas Dalby coming in at $1.87 and Zaleski at $1.94. But ultimately, I'm not there yet on the betting line. Melissa Mullins versus Claudia Segala. I watched some tape on Claudia Segala, and I think she is being disrespected here. So I'm going to place a little quarter unit, a little 0.25 unit play on her as well. In WMMA, often I will bet the dog if it looks like a close fight. We have Damon Blackshear taking on Cody Stamann, and I want to bet Damon Blackshear here, but the return is just not worth the squeeze because he's shown to be chinny, man. So Damon Blackshear here, can't play him at $1.38 yet. I may parlay him at a later date. We will see. Hopefully some money comes in on Cody Stamann, but who knows. Karolina Kowalkiewicz taking on Denise Gomes. I will let you guys in on a secret. I'm looking to play Denise Gomes here by decision. I think there's going to be some good value on that. I think everybody looks at her as a finisher, so I'm hoping that we can get her on the points here. Then we have Charles Radke versus Matthew Semmelsberger. And I think this is going to be a bounce-back spot for Charles Radke. He comes from the better team. I've never been high on Matthew Semmelsberger. I did pick Preston Parsons to defeat him. We cashed that bet. I think Charles Radke can get past him here. Matthew Semmelsberger, to me, is not really like UFC level, as people say. So I'm going to be taking Charles Radke here, and I'll pop a half a unit on that as well. Already 150 of the $1,000 placed. Dusko Todorovic, guys, he is going to be an underdog pick of mine. I think it just stinks of an upset. So I'm going to place a 0.25 unit bet on him as well. Guys, this number right here, so tough. So tough. Carlos Prates. On one hand, you're like, man, Neil Magny is getting disrespected. On the other hand, if you watch Carlos Prates fight Li Jingliang in person like I did, you're like, this number makes sense. The guy's a demon. But I can't touch it. I can't be betting $1.15. So I am going to wait for props to drop, see if I can find a spot for him here. And then we have Cody Garbrandt versus Miles Johns. And I'm going to be taking Miles Johns in this matchup as well. So I'm going to click. I wonder if we can add that to the bet slip. Yeah, we'll add that. Let's cook up a little multi here. We'll go Miles Johns. We're going to take on Charles Radke. Yeah. So we got that up to a 2-leg here. Let's make it a little 4-leg here just to start things off. Get nice and spicy on the money lines. Trace Gore. 4.37. And we'll go Jillian Robertson to finish that one off. We'll go into the bet slip here. Let's add that up. Let's go. We can add a multi-rescue here. If you guys do not have Betcha has this ability to have a multi-rescue. So that's $25 to pay $153. And then if one of the legs fails, I get my money back as a bonus bet. So let's smack that in. Awesome. So if we go into my bets, we can see here that we have our 4-leg multi that we just placed. We have Dusko Todorovic, Charles Radke, Claudia Segala, Trayson Gore, Jillian Robertson. We have this is the 2-leg multi on the NFL that I told you guys about that I need to cash, but I cannot. And also the Chicago Bears $10 multi bonus bet here as well. So those 2 legs will be separate, but all the rest of the bets will be inclusive in this series. And that's all we're going to place as of today. So that is going to be the first video. It's incredibly rough. I know it's going to be a little bit sloppy, but hopefully as we go along in the series, we can refine everything, make it a little bit cleaner. And I hope that you guys all enjoy my journey from $1,000 to $10,000, because we're going to smack this shit. Thank you all for tuning in, and I will see you in the next one.